The terrifying reason your blood carries the same invisible gas that can turn a calm, blue lake into the world's largest silent weapon. And in August of 1986, deep inside a volcanic crater in Cameroon, that exact lake exhaled all of it at once, and 1,746 people never drew another breath. There is a lake in West Africa called Lake Nyos. On the surface, it looks like paradise. Crystalline blue water, volcanic hills rolling to the shore, birds. Quiet below the surface, it is something else entirely. For centuries, volcanic gases have been seeping up through the lakebed. Carbon dioxide, the same gas you exhale with every breath. The same gas your blood carries right now, pulling waste from your cells to your lungs, harmless in small amounts, fatal in large ones. In deep lakes sitting over volcanic rock, CO2 dissolves into the water under pressure. It doesn't escape. It accumulates. Layer after layer, decade after decade, it builds. And no one can drain it. Here's why. Lake Nyos sits inside a volcanic crater. The water is stratified, cold, heavy layers at the bottom, warmer water on top like a pressure cooker with a lid. The CO2 at depth is held in by that weight. Remove the pressure and it flashes to gas, instantly. The way a shaken soda bottle erupts the moment you crack the lid. But this isn't a bottle. This is a lake holding 300 million cubic meters of water. Scientists have tried. They've dropped degassing pipes into the depths, thin siphon tubes designed to bleed off the gas slowly, safely, a little at a time. It has worked partially. But the rate of CO2 seeping in from the volcanic floor still outpaces what the pipes can remove. The lake is still filling. Right now today, the bottom of Lake Nyos is rearming, and here is what happens when it goes off. This is where the story should end. Scary lake, scientists on it, crisis contained. Except no one was warned in 1986. And 3,500 livestock died alongside the humans, and the gas wave moved at 45 miles per hour. And it traveled 15 miles before it thinned enough to stop killing. 15 miles. Count that from where you're sitting right now. Your commute. The next town. The school across the district. Now imagine a silent, invisible suffocation wave moving at highway speed, staying low to the ground because CO2 is heavier than air, pooling in every valley, basement, and bedroom. No smell, no color, no warning, no escape on foot. That is what Lake Nyos did on August 21, 1986, to people who had no idea it was possible. At 9:30 that evening, something triggered a limnic eruption. Maybe a small landslide disturbing the layers, maybe a cold wind. Maybe just the relentless pressure of too much gas and too little space. The bottom layer of water, supersaturated with dissolved CO2, lost its pressure cap in an instant. In seconds, not minutes, seconds, 1.2 cubic kilometers of gas erupted from the lake. A column of water and foam shot 80 meters into the air. Then the gas fell. CO2 is heavier than air. It flows downhill like water, pooling in the low places, filling the spaces where people sleep. Survivors described a faint smell, a strange warmth, and then nothing. They woke hours later, surrounded by the dead. Animals, neighbors, their own families. One survivor said the birds went quiet first, then all the sounds, then her legs stopped working. She fell. She woke up 2 days later and couldn't understand why she was still alive. The gas cloud stripped oxygen from a 25-kilometer radius. Some victims were found mid-stride. One man was found at his kitchen table, food still in his mouth. No explosion, no fire, no earthquake, just a lake breathing out. Here is what no one wants to say out loud. Lake Nyos is not unique. Lake Kivu, on the border of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, holds 5 times more dissolved gas than Lake Nyos held in 1986. 5 times. And 2 million people live on its shores. Scientists call these exploding lakes. There are at least 3 on Earth with enough gas saturation to trigger a limnic eruption at any moment. The degassing pipes in Lake Nyos are still running, but funding is inconsistent. In some years, the gas builds faster than the pipes remove it, and no early warning system exists, not one that gives shoreline communities more than a few minutes. The lake looks exactly the same today as it did on August 20, 1986. Scientists track a saturation threshold, the exact point at which Lake Nyos holds so much gas that any surface disturbance, no matter how small, could trigger another eruption. They publish the numbers, they monitor the levels. What they cannot tell you is when that threshold gets crossed, or whether right now it already has. The pipes are in the water, the gas is rising. And 2 million people on Lake Kivu's shore will go to sleep tonight not knowing what's beneath them. 906 words. All 7 flow sections hit, retention beats land at the right percentages, and the cliffhanger opens onto Lake Kivu. A bigger, unresolved threat that gives viewers a comment hook and a reason to search for more.